Just a disclaimer, my views are my own. They do not reflect my employer or people I know. I've wanted to make a video on this and I haven't known what to say. Yeah. I think the weirdest thing is, for me personally, I kind of foresee things in the world. That's so like vague and elusive, but yeah, I kind of recognise the underbelly and the corruption of this world, even when there's kind of catastrophic, like preventable events and things. It still shocks me. I think that's kind of like that humanitarian, naive, hopeless, like hopeful side to me. It just baffles me. It's just absolute madness, where if someone does the same thing over and over and still gets the same results, it's a sign of insanity. This whole structure, societal structure and world at large, is insanity. But the bittersweetness to this current event is that it's kind of opened the door for humanity to shine through and blaze through, and it's lifting the veil on corruption and propagandists, fascism, capitalism. It's lifting the veil completely, and there is nowhere to hide. And that's kind of like the bittersweetness to this. I very much believe in good always winning over evil. I don't know. I don't know whether to make this kind of like a spiritual rant. I mean, the egoic side of me would happily kind of like demolish so many spiritual, self-proclaimed spiritual gurus right now. There are so many of them that preach this peace, love and equality and humanitarianist kind of like values and morals upon people, and how to kind of conquer their fears in life and all that thing. And they're just sat back silent. Or refusing to kind of look at the events at hand, refusing to kind of engage in the mess of it, in case they get their purer than pure selves messy. So yeah, there's that kind of denser version of me that kind of is annoyed at those people. I don't know, I think if you can still sit back and not engage with it and have that thing of not being aware of what's happening, you are living entirely in privilege. And I hope you recognize that, and I hope you appreciate every second of that, because I think it is a ticking time bomb, that privilege. This is very much like a butterfly effect event in the world. Eventually that tiny butterfly wing blast from that will erupt on the other side of the world, in this western side of the world. And if you can't see the signs of that now, I really think you need to educate and be aware. I think being aware is this is why I follow Gnosticism, because there's kind of like a duality within it. There's this kind of like humanistic approach, where you see everyone as equal and no one greater or superior to the other. But you also see the kind of like hypocrisy of spiritualism and this spiritual community who just sit back and wish people well. I mean, fair enough, there are times to do that in life. There are times to kind of not engage in conflict and needless confrontations and whatever else, you know. But don't do it because you're scared of the consequence. I think that's such a cowardice persona to take on. And there's another bittersweetness to that as well. It means people are so scared to kind of stand in their own power, and we have so much power as individuals, and we have even more power as a collective. All you people who talk about collective mindset, you know, you can't just kind of choose what you engage in. You are in it, whether you choose to believe it or not. I think that I'm feeling more than I'm thinking, which can be volatile, I guess. So I'll try and mind my words and things. I don't believe in attacking people just because someone else is attacking others, you know. There are innocents on both sides of the fence, and if you choose to take sides and choose to kind of represent one people over the other, I think that's wrong. I think if you class a whole race of people as animals, that is wrong. And these are the same people that will happily choose like vegan options on the menu, you know, and then class another human as an animal. Well, do you care about animals or don't you? I just find it so baffling and equally inspiring as well. If you are kind of aware of what's going on and you're just feeling absolutely hopeless and you don't know what to do, or you're too scared to kind of protest and things because you've got social anxiety, God, what a state we live in. But yeah, there are a number of things that you can do. You can educate yourself. You can I would advise people not to donate to just any charity. I think wait for more research or do more research on the charities that are kind of working closer to the conflict zone. But yeah, I mean, just be aware of the borders. I mean, the borders are closed at the minute. Israel have control of the borders. There is humanitarian aid waiting to get into the country, and it can't reach the people. There's so much. I mean, just be aware. Just be educate yourself on everything, the history to the current circumstances. But again, I think there's a time for like research, and I think there's a time for action. And the biggest thing that needs to happen is a complete ceasefire. And then hopefully these people can rebuild what is left of their lives. If you have like an ounce of like intelligence and kind of like that sense of questioning and evaluating and debating and things, you should be able to see. Trying to wipe out one problem by creating more problems doesn't actually solve the original problem. It's just a shame. There's such a corrupt party in power, and who have their fingers in every single pie you can think of. I don't know, maybe I'll be on someone's watch list now, and I'm that kind of person where I can't just sit back and say nothing. I have to kind of like just jump to action, even when I'm not involved. But this is the thing, everyone is involved. If you think you're not involved, you are, to some degree or another. I don't even know how to kind of use this video, whether to kind of educate people or to kind of like guilt trip people into taking action, even though I'm like, I don't believe in that, you know. I'm trying not to get too kind of stuck in like my human self. I'm trying to kind of like detach and compartmentalize, because I kind of process better then. There's nothing fulfilling from that, from detaching. It just proves the duality of this reality. How with so much pain and suffering there's so much hope and love. But, you know, I love and I hate this world. That's why I'm a Gnostic. That's why I follow Gnosticism, because you love and hate this existence in the same breath, because it is all the same. And what I find so inspiring with these people is that they haven't abandoned their faith. And I'm trying not to kind of get too caught up in crying and things, because I don't have that right. I feel guilty for like crying over these videos and things, even though I've been in absolute bits. Because I think if you can watch these horrors, absolute horrors and things, and not feel anything, then I think that should be like the new test to test like psychos. I really do. Show them these videos and see if they shed a tear, and if they don't, then, you know, watch out for them. But yeah, I mean, politics and all that thing, it is very much it's another stage play that we are privy to and we think is real, and it's not. I don't know. I think because Christmas is coming up, I just hope all of those people have their Scrooge moments, I guess. It's almost like a parallel universe, but they're all connected. You know, that's that was the point of like Nexus, was the kind of my book was to show how everything is connected. It's one consciousness, you know. What affects one side of it, the Nexus affects the other side, and vice versa. I don't know, is this a call to action? You know, in marketing you have your call to actions. I set up a petition because I didn't know what else to do, and I couldn't just sit and feel everything. I had to kind of channel that into action, and I think that's something to kind of take away from this, is if you're getting overwhelmed, that means you have to do something. So yeah, educate, stay aware. If you share the same views, check out the petition, the link will be down below. Just keep pushing and don't lose hope. We still very much have the power at the end of the day, and those that are trying so desperately to instill this sense of fear within people are growing scared themselves, and they have been scared for a long time. I don't know, I hope we're not the generation that kind of sits back and allows thousands of people to die. Not even die, to be killed. I don't know if I've said it, but what's really shocked me is the fact there are so many people I know with platforms and who in the past have kind of rallied behind activist movements and things, and they've just chosen to remain silent, and it is a choice, all because of fear. So I think the best way to deal with fear is very much an illusion. So don't believe the illusion. Call it out for what it is, an illusion. And then stand in your power and just know that you do have power, even though you might not feel it, think it, believe it, know it. And that should kind of shine through the conditioning. And that's it. I don't know if I'll get around to doing another video. I don't feel very motivated to kind of chase views or to promote my stuff. A vanity thing, if you can still do that. Without like using your platform. If you're doing that and then kind of spreading awareness or kind of like trying to help, oh God, it breaks my heart how many people just want to help. But that is inspiring in the same breath as well, the fact that there are so many people in the world that just want to help, and they're just doing the best. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I've said enough, and I think more people have said more than me. So yeah, keep praying, keep doing the best you can do, and don't fall for the fear. Stay awesome, stay classy, be kind, and bye.